help a brother Nord.
Everything all right?
Mind your own business, will you?
What is it?
I hate that pompous red guard who wanders around Whiterun boasting. If he mentions the Cloud District one more time, then I'm going to get one of the vegetables from his farm and ram them up his... Sorry, going off on a rant again, wasn't I?
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
God, I'm so broke.
Don't forget to check inside.
Alright,
the
well,
shop.
we can't even get armor for you yet.
What's wrong with me? Am I not enough for you? Okay, I understand.
Why is this not streaming Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim?
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Bjorland Greymane's got that on me. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance.
work for the general goods store.
I work with mother, sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most of it. It's hard work.
Trouble?
Be glad you're here, not out.
What will you have to do? Nothing? My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more information before we act. I just...
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruth is not receiving visitors. Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? By the smear, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
Provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Come to Dragon's Reach to... What? Project? You think you could help me? I really don't... The Jarl can be found in the Great Hall, probably sitting on his Jarl's throne.
Farengar.
Not
I think
over
I
here
found
in the
someone who
wizard's
can help you
laboratory.
with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
What's up, Dogfleet Gallifrey? How's it going, man?
Straight to the point, eh? No need for tedious hows and whys. I like that. Leave those details to your betters, am I right? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Very simple.
I had you figured for it, Mage. I think you'll
Hey.
appreciate this.
Thanks. I spent a hell of a lot of time tweaking my EMPs so that I could actually stream and, you know, not run it, you know, 20 frames a second. Although, let me know if it's, you know, running too slow or whatnot, because you know, I just starting this whole streaming thing, so I'm still trying to get it fine-tuned. See, I want to go for... I've got the mod of Apocalypse Magic installed, and I think a lot of these restoration spells are pretty badass and fun. I have 35 gold though. I don't know if I'm going to be able to...
You know, if you've got the
I
apple...
only got healing.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow. I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
Let's see, there's a pretty cool tome. Yeah, Lamb of Mara. For 30 seconds, gain 35% of the health the target loses. New to modding, haven't experimented. Oh, well, if you've got a powerful enough rig, I would definitely recommend it. What I'm running on, like, I only have a GTX 780, and I still manage reasonable frames. If you have any questions or you want to know how to get it started, let me know. I mean, like I said, I've spent a lot of time this past week setting everything up, so everything's still kind of fresh in my mind. It's really pretty simple process. The decision you'd have to make primarily would be like what kind of look you want to go for. Like right now, I've got the Rudy E&B installed, which is a very saturated but still pretty realistic vibe to it. There's other ones out there like Real Vision where it's like super saturated but looks really like high fantasy like, and almost more along the lines of, you know, what we came to adore about, you know, games like Oblivion.
Rorikstead's a good hamlet with a boring horseman for a guard.
What's the hurry?
Let's see. Alright, so we're going to Bleak Falls Barrow, or is there something cooler I can do? It's...
You tried
eh.
Yes, how's it?
Let me know too, like right now I've got these kind of, like, I'm going for more of a cinematic look, so I've got these letterbox bars on. I don't know if you would prefer it without it, to be able to see more. Oh, come on, jump. But yeah, do you play this often? I mean, I've been playing Elder Scrolls games since Morrowind, so it's kind of like always my fave. You know, I don't know, I'd say about every at least 6 months I have to go back and install one of the Elder Scrolls games, spend like 2 weeks modding it, and just lock myself in my room and play it.
Got hit by a dragon.
And I almost can't even play the game without mods anymore. Like, I don't know, maybe like a month ago I played through The Witcher 3 and oh my god, that game is fucking amazing. makes Skyrim without mods just look like crap, play like crap. Thankfully we have a really great community that puts out great content mods all the time. So the grass, for a really long time, I was always either running grass on steroids, or I'd run Skyrim Flora Overhaul, or I'd even run, there's some other ones like Favos, I don't remember what it's called, there was another one. But right now, this is part of, I think it's called Skyrim Landscape Overhaul. What was it called? I think that's what it's called. But it's a plugin for primarily adding more things to landscapes, as the name would suggest, but it also comes with an optional plugin for grass, and it's actually a lot more performance friendly than I thought, like way more performance friendly than Verdant would be. And right now I think I have in my Skyrim INI for the grass settings, the kind of sweet spot I found is a grass density setting of 60. Gets a pretty good look, and it still looks thick. The grass looks good, but it doesn't hurt my my frames too bad. Like right now, yeah, I'm running around 50. If you have any more questions about what mods I'm running, just let me know. I plan to stream this playthrough pretty regularly, and I will be for sure putting up a mod list down in the description, so if you see anything you really like, you'll be able to find it. Oh. I'm about to get fucked up. Or not. Oh. I was pretty sure my Wildcat settings were damage dealt 1.5 and it's still killing them, huh? This is a mod that I would really recommend. If you ever have problems, like one of my biggest problems is getting to a certain point of the game, like level 20 plus, and for some reason the game always seems to just go from, you know, pretty difficult to way too easy, and Wildcat makes it very easy for me to manage that, because if I ever feel like the difficulty is getting out of whack in some way, it's very easy to tweak it. But let me know. I think for the whole streaming it, I think FOV 60. I think I'm gonna leave these little bars on. Just gives it a little bit more of a cinematic effect. Although it is a little bit restrictive of the viewing angles. Oh, fuck.
Time to end this little game.
Go ahead. Try it.
Wrecked. Yeah, really trying to increase the difficulty of this playthrough. I've got a few mods, like I think it's Morrowloot 4E edition, I think it's like 4th era edition, but it makes it so that it takes a lot of loot out of the leveled loot lists and then places the loot around the world instead. So it makes it harder to get, you know, really overpowered endgame gear. Yeah, I guess the whole visual setup I've got, and I would recommend it. You know, I like I said, I have the Rudy ENB, but I also have Vivid Weathers and it's like Natural Weathers and Vivid Atmospherics for ENB, which kind of I used to roll with Climates of Tamriel for a while. Oh yeah, different loading screens. One of my favorite mods that it's like, you know, for me modding, it's you get all your main things installed and then there's all these little things that just kind of come together for a cool experience. I really liked there's this Game of Thrones, I don't know if it's still on the Nexus, but it has this really every time you start up Skyrim there's this really cool intro video. It looks kind of like based on Game of Thrones intro, where the cities are like building themselves up. Totally doesn't influence gameplay whatsoever, but it's cool. And now that I'm finally gonna have money, oh, we gotta watch this guy kill himself real quick. Yeah, Vivid Weathers is nice. Like I was always like a longtime fanboy of Climates of Tamriel, because I'd always use Project ENB, which was like designed to work with it. But now that I'm using a different ENB and I kind of have some freedom to go out and explore, yeah, Vivid Weathers is a very nice choice. I've played this so long that I just know to do this, and then you'll be good. Oh, nope, nope. What's the last one? Oh, this isn't a snake. It's still not a snake. Yeah, and one thing, if you are going to look into using an ENB, I would recommend going on the Step website. I don't know if you've modded, you've probably heard of it. Step is a website that basically looks to kind of just give out really kind of like create a nice localized website where you can find a lot of information about Skyrim, the modding scene, and a lot of the settings that you can change in the actual configuration files for the game. I would recommend getting really used to learning what all of these different settings do, because ultimately to get an ENB to run just how you want it to, you can use ENBs as they come, as they're kind of shipped out by the mod authors, but being able to personalize them is really, really nice. And I would also strongly recommend that you turn off anti-aliasing on the part of the actual Skyrim game. Like, don't let Skyrim handle anti-aliasing. With Rudy EMB, is it clear? You know, I'm not sure, but when I get done with this dungeon, it'll pop me out somewhere where there's a bunch of, or even during this dungeon, I think there's some water pools. So I'll try and check it out. I think it is, but I also don't know if it's because I have been messing. Like I have water mods installed. I've got Realistic Water 2 or whatever it's called. Fuck spiders. It's so easy to cheese this spider. If I had to actually fight this thing right now without being able to cheese it in this doorway, I would be super dead. Still died. Okay, so this blue and yellow overlay, you bring it up, so once you install an EMB, any EMB, it's all the same because, let's see, how can I explain this in a way that makes sense? Alright, so when you're going to install an EMB, no matter what EMB you're going to download, you're always going to be installing first what are called the EMB binaries, which is like Boris Vorontsov. He was this Russian guy, this Russian modder. He's the guy who actually came up with the idea of an EMB. You basically take his files and you put them into your Skyrim data folder, or not your Skyrim data folder, the root folder for your Skyrim install. Once that's in your Skyrim folder, this will actually be part of the game, so you'll be able to hit Shift and Enter and bring it up. And then when you're installing someone's actual EMB preset, then you'll get the actual graphical differences and everything. But it just has a ton of settings, so like, you know, like stuff like if I wanted to turn off, like I could go in and turn off image-based lighting. If I don't want ambient occlusion, I can turn it off. Depth of field. Right now, I've just left it all on. Because quite frankly, I like it with it on, but it's one of those things too where if you're realizing that maybe it's too strenuous, you have that freedom to go in and just turn off whatever you think is stressing out your system too much. Oh lord. Oh, I had a level up. I gotta remember that. Oh, God. Maybe I should turn the I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to turn the difficulty down. A gigantic spider should be hard to kill in my opinion. I don't think I should just be able to waltz up and fuck up this gigantic spider. No. But that's just me. Oh, and I'm dead. I think what's really killing me is the poison. If I can get the timed blocks on it, it seems to be alright. And I keep forgetting that I also have... That's another mod I'd really recommend is TK Dodge. Lets me do a little sidestep out of the way. Alright, we're getting right up in your face. Definitely getting health. Oh, you have 4 followers? I have Sofia installed right now. I'm probably going to get Serrano when the time comes, and I'll probably also get Ambrielle. I think I was running a past playthrough with, and she has a really cool storyline that comes with her. And when I do that, I'll probably... I don't have it installed right now because I'm just rolling solo, but if you run with a lot of followers, a mod I would strongly recommend is, I don't remember the name of it, but if you just Google Skyrim More Enemies, there's a mod that will, it doesn't use any scripts, so you don't have to worry about your game getting bogged down with, you know, script heavy mods. It just basically doubles, or you can, there's also an option to triple, doubles or triples how many enemies spawn. Which is really nice, because when you run too many followers, even on harder difficulties, things can get really easy. Oh, holy shit! I was not expecting it to jump at me. Okay. I really gotta stop fucking around and just kill this spider. And you know what? Actually, flames would probably be better here. Oh, God. Because we all know spiders don't like fire. Actually, fuck. What followers do you use, though? Do you have any recommendations? Can I actually get destruction up? Okay. Oh God, he does, maybe I should tweak this difficulty a little bit. When he does that power attack, or maybe when I see him reeling up, I can do a dodge roll. I should do a dodge roll out of the way. I think that's the way to do it. And also, you know, I should quick save. Sorry. This is probably kind of boring to watch someone just repeatedly die to like one of the first little mini bosses. Oh, I'm still dying. Still dying. Hey, we did it. Okay. Oh, thank Christ. Yeah. Just imagine that female giantess probably sends people flying.
You, over here.
Oh, I'll help you, alright. Don't worry. Is that helping? Actually, Sofia needs clothes, so I need to take that. The greatness of Skyrim. Yeah, I've always been a firm believer that if my or I guess not a believer, but I always just feel like if my game is too easy, or if I'm just like really just plowing through the game without any resistance, you know, it's not as fun. A game has to be hard for it to be rewarding, as evidenced by Dark Souls, as evidenced by a lot of old school games, like old school RPGs. I think it's one of the reasons why Oblivion was great. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, I fucking blocked that. Did I save? Did I not save? Oh my god. You know what I've been thinking about too is I was watching some other people stream this game on Twitch, and what they were doing was or what this guy was doing was he was just doing permadeath runs. So he just play until he died, and when he died, delete the character. Alright, well I think I know how to beat this spider now. I got the hang of that. Save. Yeah.
You, over here. Enough.
Bitch. Man, I wish I had more stamina. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm really gonna need to go get a follower because this is about to be a little bit much for my guy to handle right now, if I'm being honest. Normal Draugr aren't too bad, but the 3 times damage on these enemies. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll take that. I don't think I have a helmet on. Leveled up again. Leveling up fast. I guess I am only level 2. Level 3 now. Yeah, this is pretty happy with how this Modlist turned out. It really, you know, I've got a fair amount of mods, but it's not really, it doesn't seem to be crashing at all. It did for a while until I tweaked some things. But ever since I got that ironed out, it seems pretty solid. Not having any real problems with it. Not knock on wood, but I think there's more enemies here, but did I pull the trigger too soon? No. What is my method to test mod stability? Don't install multiple mods at once, because like that's one thing I used to do. I would go on the Nexus, find like 10 mods that I didn't have but wanted, and then I'd go and install them all, and then the problem with that you run into with that is you don't, if you're experiencing problems after you do something like that, it's not like you know which mod is the cause. There are ways that your game can crash that might give you some inclination as to where you might think it's going wrong. It might give you some hints, but on the whole, add one at a time and check and see that everything's working before moving on. And I would say also, when you go to the Nexus, you'll be able to go to the posts section and see what the author has been saying. You'll usually be able to see like the mod author responding to different things that people are saying. every time I go and check out a mod, I go into the post section and see what people are saying about it. And even for the easiest, most simple mods, just read the description on the mod page and make sure that if it's it's compatible with the mods you have installed thus far, and also make sure that if it's not, but there's a compatibility patch, that you get that compatibility patch installed. And if you do those things, really, you should be looking alright. Hold up one second, I gotta plug in my laptop. Alright. Also, for stability, there are some things that you need to do. Obviously, as you probably know, the Skyrim script extender, SKSE, is required for a lot of mods that use any kind of scripting, right? Which you probably know, because you probably have mods that do that. One thing that I really would always kind of overlook is the fact that depending on how you install it, you might already have it this way, but there's a good chance you don't if you just chose the installer off of the SKSE website. If you go, like, if you go to your Skyrim folder and then you go to your data folder, inside that you should have a folder called SKSE. And when you open up that folder, there should be an skse.ini file. The presence of that file means that you do have there's a memory patch that basically makes your Skyrim more stable and handles memory allocation way better than normal Skyrim would. So I would say make sure that you have that set up. And then if you're running an ENB, even if you're not using an ENB, I recommend getting the ENB binaries installed, because I don't know if you've heard of this thing. It's called EN Boost, and it comes packed with the ENB binaries. You don't have to have an ENB preset or an ENB installed at all for it to work, but it just makes everything run smoother. And to just generally increase your frame rate for pretty much no drawback whatsoever, you should turn off anti-aliasing. You should stop Skyrim from handling not anti-aliasing, vertical sync. Don't let Skyrim handle vertical sync. Turn it off in Skyrim, and then I would have your graphics card handle that. So like if you have an NVIDIA card like me, I have this thing called NVIDIA Inspector, where I can apply vertical sync to Skyrim that way, and it's much more optimized, works a lot better, less frame dips and higher frames per second on the whole with that. And that's like something I don't hear a ton of people talking about, but it's really one of the ways. Like if I didn't have that right now, I would probably be like at 30 FPS right now, or like having like huge dips all the time, which is just terrible. Oh wait, no, what the fuck am I doing? Why did I just do that? Is it gonna trap me? No. This is another thing too, like when you played the game long enough, or so many times, I just know you turn it twice and put it in. Like, I don't look at the claw anymore. Honestly, I think after this quest is a good beginner quest, but after this quest I'm definitely gonna go do some more fun quests because I don't think the main storyline is all that interesting. Save before I die and lose all my progress. Gotta get a word of power. Alright, I can't use it, because I gotta kill the dragon first. I love that he just does that little thing. Like, this Draugr doesn't give a fuck. He's showboating. If he didn't showboat, he could probably kill me really easy, but he opens himself up like that. Alright, we're gonna... I think you wanted to know, and now you got me curious too, if it looks clear underwater. I think... I don't know, we're gonna find out. There should be a lake in front of me. Yeah, and I'm using realistic water too, so if there isn't, I don't know if it's because of the EMB or what mod really is responsible for. It's either water mod or the EMB, but I know that there actually is an option in my EMB thing. I think it's enable underwater, so when I do this, I'm going to turn that on and off and just verify that that is the setting in the EMB that allows you to toggle that. Yeah, so there's water right now. And then if I enable underwater, it makes everything super blurry and it's weird. On my body especially, it's like really fucked up. So... Oh, I'm dying. So I hope that answers your question. Seems like it's working. Oh yeah, and this is like, earlier I was talking about those little mods. This is one of those little mods that you don't think is going to be that cool, but really is a nice little touch. It's that little paper map. Yeah, so Ian Boost, like when you installed Ian Boost, you probably just dragged in the dxt9.dll to your Skyrim, and basically that is Ian Boost. I was really confused for a while because people were always talking about Ian Boost, and that includes Ian Boost with it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the lily pads are great. I think I'm not even sure what mod that is, but I think it's that. Let me go to the Nexus real quick, just so I can be sure that I'm suggesting. I think it's enhanced landscapes. Yeah, here's a link to it. It's very underrated in my opinion, and it even comes with its own... It's very underrated. I don't hear about anybody using it. I heard about it on a Reddit thread, but most people, they're gonna use, like a Skyrim floor overhaul in combination with some grass mods, but I don't even think that's necessary. And the enhanced landscapes is made to work with Dyndalad, which is probably, in my opinion, the hardest mod to install. But once you understand how it works, it's not that bad. Whose side are you on? What, I'm supposed to talk to someone. Oh, I'm supposed to go to Farengar.
You see, the terminology is clearly First Era or even earlier. I'm convinced this is a copy of a much older text. Perhaps dating to just after the Dragon War. If so, I could use this. Ah,
the salad.
Stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way.
Glad I could make your lunch break a little bit more interesting.
You'll have to see the Jarl about that. Maybe his steward Avenue. My associate here will be pleased to see your handiwork. She discovered its location by means she has so far declined to share with you. So your information was correct after all. And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that? Nice work. Just send me a copy when you decide to.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If the dragon decides to attack Whiterun, we don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. So it's coming from the south. It was false. Falser than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord. It just certainly...
Oh yeah, no problem. And thanks for the follow, man. I really appreciate it. I'm just kind of starting out streaming, so it means a lot. And definitely, I'll be. I mean, I plan on. It's finals week for me right now, but I plan on streaming pretty much every day. Looking forward to this playthrough. Got some cool ideas for the build of this character in mind, and I'm really digging how difficult it is.
So you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armor.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
Cool. That's gonna be nice. I think that, yep. Increasing my light armor skill. Awesome. Yeah, definitely go for it, man. And again, if you have any questions or you're running into any bugs, chances are I'll be able to help you fix it, because chances are at some point I also had to deal with those same issues. So we're gonna go to the watchtower. I don't know if I'm ready to fight a dragon. Probably gonna get fucking wrecked, but I'll bring, I think I've clothes for Sofia, so I'll get her suited up and I'll bring her along with me. Give me more of a fighting chance to kill this dragon. I just feel like its breath, its flame breath is gonna, like, if that spider jumping at me is killing me in one hit, I definitely can't risk being exposed and fighting the dragon.
The gods in Dragonreach say you've aided the Yard.
How many mods do you have? Yeah, no problem, man. The whole, the whole community around Skyrim mods is fantastic, and I'm really just happy to be a part of it, and to help people really get their mod orders right, because a lot of times just the most simple mistake can have such a profound impact on your game. And it's just kind of like once you fix that one mistake and it's perfectly running, it's fantastic. For the longest time, I didn't know how to get any of my load order correctly, but I mean, you spend enough time on Reddit forums and on other forums on Nexus, and eventually everything starts to fall into place.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you...
Alright, let's see. I'll wait. I want to fight this dragon when it looks pretty. I'll wait for a not rainy day. I think one of the things I might do, although I don't know about... Get about 30... Nice, yeah. If you've got 30, you should be, and you've got those running stable, it really shouldn't be too much more work to get up to even where I'm at. Like, I've got 80 plus, but I think more specifically right now I'm sitting around 100. Yeah, I really like the look of this. Oh, where's Sofia? Get over here.
I'm all ears. Oh, not literally, of course. If you say so.
Let's see. Hide armor. Hide boots. Hide bracers. I think that's it.
All right.
And she's got a sword already? Cool.
You came back for me? I mean, of course you did.
Yeah, JK Skyrim is fantastic. And if your computer can handle it, I have JK Skyrim, as you could probably tell, as he did tell.
Did I just hear correctly?
I strongly recommend, because JK Skyrim isn't a retexture, it's just kind of making everything better about the city, but it's not a retexture. I strongly recommend the Noble Skyrim texture packs for the different cities. I think they look the best, and they also are pretty, they're not too performance intensive. Yeah, there's still some graphical hiccups I'm experiencing in my what the hell is going on? The graphical hiccups being my Dindalad, which is basically what makes these distant landscapes look so good compared to vanilla. Dindalad is responsible for that, but something with how Dindalad is set up is making light sources in the distance glow oddly sometimes. Like, I can't really find anything right now, but I guarantee you if I keep playing and if you keep watching me play, at some point we're gonna come across something. I don't know. See, there's, and like, I don't know what that is. There's just something in the sky. Breaking my immersion. Oh, load. Yeah, for sure. Have as good of a time as you can at school, and yeah, if you have any questions, I mean, obviously go look up Dindalad. But yeah, if you have any questions about it, I can definitely guide you through the installation process. It's not too bad. But yeah, enjoy your day, man.
You're Dragonborn.
Yes, I am.
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power. There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
What are you talking about?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the dragon. Those born with the
I can't
dragon
believe
blood.
it. You
Like old
actually
Cyberson
killed the
said.
dragon. And you absorbed its soul? This day just keeps getting better. Just wait till I tell people that a true hero slayed a dragon. Of course you helped out a bit.
Old tales tell of
I'm
dragonborn
only
who could
joking.
kill dragons
Although
and
you
steal
couldn't
their
have done
power.
it without me.
You must be one.
What do you say, you're left? You're being awfully quiet.
Wait, are you really
Tell us.
Dragonborn?
Do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Make you kind of special.
Some of
guess you
would be
almost live
better
up
off
to my
keeping
hype.
quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about.
Brave, adventurous.
Here's a dead dragon,
What sort of
and that's
women
something
are
I
you?
definitely understand.
Not that
Now we know we can
much
kill them.
interesting.
But I don't need some mythical dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand this stuff. You ain't know.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
That was shouting, what you just did. Must be. You really are Dragonborn.
Oh, you bet I am Dragonborn. I am Dovahkiin. There's stuff in the sky. Hold up. Let's see what the fuck it is. Very curious. It looks like a piece of a it looks like a stone. It looks like it has something to do with textures or something, but there's like a frame. It's a door. Should I open it? I don't know if I want to open it. I don't know where it goes. And then there's... That is a texture from Whiterun. And I don't know what the hell it's doing out here. I'm going to save before I go in this door. Oh, okay. It doesn't actually open or close. Oh, I'm going back down. Do a little save. Yeah, very surprised that, you know, delightfully surprised that I'm able to stream this, and I don't notice... I don't notice a real frame drop compared to playing without streaming. If you would have told me a year ago I'd be able to stream Skyrim without it crashing and it still looks great, and there's no noticeable FPS drops, I would say you're lying.
Got some good... I don't claim to be the best blacksmith. The finest weapons and armor. Don't forget to check inside if you need anything. We will be back.
Why? You did it. You killed the dragon.
You tried mercenary? It might suit you. I ain't done enough.
There's a rift here in Skyrim. Can't believe that Barter has enough time.
We are the children of man. Talos is the true God.
You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
You heard the summons. What else could it mean? The Greybeards.
We were just talking about you. My brother needs a word with you.
So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that. Dragonborn? What do you know about the Dragonborn? So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion, high on the slopes of the throat of the world. The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a thum or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tibeseptim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmor.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what, Dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Rungar, don't be so hard on Avenichi.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you know? To climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service. By my right, I assign you Lid. I'll also note that we are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus.
So you're saying now, huh? Well, don't think some fancy title is going to make me your servant. Although I must admit I'm happy for you. Perhaps I could take advantage of you sometime. I mean,
the Jarl has
if we
appointed
got
me to be
into
your
trouble,
housecarl.
I could use your
It's an
status
honor
to
to
my
serve you.
advantage.
Lead the way.
Alright. I think we're gonna end it there. Got 2 followers. Ready to fuck shit up. And I'm Thane of Whiterun. Good place to call it. Thanks for watching.